What is going on, guys? It's your boy Zero, and the trade deadline has come and gone. As I said last episode, for Thunder Bay, I wasn't really planning on doing too much with the deadline, and that certainly is what happened. Didn't do anything. Don't really feel like our team technically needs to be improved because of like where we are right now. Obvious sellers going into the deadline. Didn't really see any offers that I liked, so we just stayed put. And we hopefully won't be staying put in this one against Carolina back home in the Thunderdome. Let's get it going. Okay, on our own home ice yet again as we lose the face-off to the Carolina Hurricanes. They no longer have Sebastian Aho because he went to the Vancouver Canucks, I believe. Not sure if that was via a trade or in fact just like something that Aho decided to do himself, because I don't really see a reason why he wouldn't. Oh, that was almost horrific right there. I don't really necessarily see a reason why Aho wouldn't resign with the. Wow. What happened? Because Sogard was like 10 feet out of his net, not out 10 feet out, but oh my goodness, like just wow in general. Okay, certainly not the start that you want to see, but we can recover from this. I know we can. It's a good intercept. So good, just grab a hold of that one. Let's get this puck all the way up the ice. Brett Murray, take your time here. Take your time. Shoot that one. Fire that one. We have a whole lot of time at the moment. Ragnarsson. I mean, we aren't really doing too bad. All things considered, we're getting like some solid offensive zone time. We're pressuring them when they get in front of the net, but I suppose apart from that, just like quick one that they got against us, things could do way worse. Rikula home most gets that puck, not to be though. Cam Atkinson is apparently on Carolina. Last I knew, in this simulation, he was on Philadelphia still. So a lot of movement could have possibly been traded at the deadline, although I don't personally know. Kali Lauko, there you go! We get one back. Very, very quickly. It's 9th of the season. Jakub Lauko, goaltender, can't quite flop around to make that second stop as we tie up this game. That is exactly what you want to see. As we shall take a face-off, kind of win it. Not really sure if that's going to count as one. That definitely won't be Van Riemsdyk. No, thank you, Sogard. Grab a hold of that puck. Play it up. Get it up and out coolly. That was somebody getting destroyed on the back end. Hag is almost going to kind of have the same done to him by... That is not what I wanted to do. Yep, that's bad. Okay. Wanted to play it over to Bolduc on the side there. Simply not to be, I suppose. Not sure if anybody has in fact checked out my MLB Road to the Show series yet, but we are 2 episodes in so far as that puck goes off the side, decently wide. That one will be the same. But we are officially an LSU Tiger. We did in fact get drafted in the second round of the 5th overall in the second round by the Oakland Athletics. So I did in fact make like a mini promise of if I'm not a first round pick, then I'll go to college. And like ouch, it does kind of suck, right? It's the thing of like I obviously wanted to like be one of the top guys, I guess, but as Donato will go offside. I want to be one of like the top picks and stuff like that, which you still technically are, depending on like the competitive and compensatory balance picks or whatever. You probably still went within the top 40, I think, if I had to harbor a guess, but I suppose I thought that I'd be doing a little bit better, because I played well, I feel, and it's terrifying and grab a hold of that, so just hold on to that one as we prep to take a face-off in our own offensive zone yet again. It's whatever, I suppose, but yeah, we're gonna be in LSU. One thing I don't like about the whole entire college thing is legitimately after I chose to go to college, the first thing that freaking popped up was just a screen that said 3 years later. It's like, oh, cool. So I'm not even gonna get to like even play through college, which I suppose, like, I do understand it's not college baseball, and you don't necessarily have like the licenses for all the teams and stuff. You know, I certainly do get that, but like, oh, Pisani, he cannot quite convert on that one. I would at least like to have like at least a tiny bit more depth. You know, it's like it's fun that we even get to like quote unquote be in high school to begin with. But as Pisani probably could have a bit longer trying to get that one over to Cochran, but it's not the best pass. So that certainly does suck. Like, it's nice that you get to be in high school and college in general when starting these road shows now, but if it's just going to be a thing that you go 3 years later, like, it doesn't necessarily even have to be, like, too much, in my mind, I'm thinking, you know, of, like, give me 5 games, okay? 5 games of college per year, right? And maybe it's a thing of like, oh, you can declare early for the draft, like in the NBA. I'm not sure if that is in fact a thing that you can do with baseball, because normally the college guys do in fact like go through the full 4 years of it and all that. But I know in the NBA you can be like a one and done. That's like an obvious thing that you can do, as that shot from blue just goes well wide. But if it's a thing of you can do that, let me at least play like my freshman season, decide like if I want to declare for the draft or not, you know, because your draft stock should still, in my mind, carry over from like how good you did in the like high school phase of it, which even in of itself is Atkinson, no, it's not Atkinson, whoever there is going to go offside. Uh, it's just this thing of high school like wasn't that in depth. That's fine. You want to get like the college playing and stuff like that. Even if like the other colleges aren't necessarily like colleges, if it is legitimately just like, oh, FCS whatever, that's perfectly fine in my mind. You know, Clark, are you right there? That's kind of just my thought, and I suppose I'll like go more in depth with it in the second period. But for right now, we're tied 1-1 with the Carolina Hurricanes. I suppose when it does come to like the whole entire thing, it's fine if you like do a cutaway of like a couple years later or whatever. If you're supposed to be like expecting it, you know, if it's a thing of like the story kind of like needs that, but it doesn't necessarily need it in this freaking MLB game, you know. That's the line. Grab a hold of that puck, and let's just swing this one back out. That one had a decent chance right there. Hey, it's fine. Like, if you want to go that direction, that's completely okay, right? Because not every single thing can be like NBA 2K with how in depth everything is for the My Player mode, right? I mean, it is just this kind of thing of like my player has kind of done it right, you know, with 2K. It's this whole entire system of like they still like can quote unquote enable pay to win and stuff like that, but it's because you like the credits that you spend to like upgrade your player in that game are like can be bought and stuff. So the like 2K is still kind of doing the thing of like they're making money off of their My Career mode, whereas like a lot of these other things aren't. It's not even the line. It's Ragnarsson Thomas almost had a solid goal of his own right there. I do think that NBA is doing it right with that regard. You know, like it's a thing of you want to be like this big time superstar player, right? Do all of this as that shot goes well wide Thomas, but you want to be your own player, do all this cool stuff, but at the same point in time, like these corporations and gaming companies, like they do want money, and I understand that, right? It is this thing of like they have these microtransactions now, which like they suck, but it's whatever. If you can like kind of get by them, that's fine, you know. You can like do everything without them. It's perfectly normal. But I'm kind of losing the plot here. But I think my point is still made of how as we freaking trip up. Man, Phillips, you can't be doing that, dude. You simply just cannot. 2K is nice. I haven't played it in a decent bit, but they you I'm slowly losing ways to speak, which is very fun if I do say so myself. But they have like the system that works for both sides, right? It works for the company and it works for the players in terms of as we get tripped up in our own right. So that's certainly nice. Try and maximize the amount of time we get on our own power play. But if we can in fact figure out like how to do things like that with games like MLB The Show and even Madden perhaps, like all they really kind of have to do to not like quote unquote fix Madden's like either like my player mode is basically have the same exact system that NBA 2K has, where you have like the upgrade coins to upgrade your player and such, but you can in fact buy those coins if you do so wish. You don't have to, but it is in fact an option, you know. And that's not necessarily how you fix the player mode. But there obviously would probably still be like other things to do. What a freaking goal, Vladislav Kalyachanak. Using his full name this time, not just Kalyachanak. That was a highlight reel for the ages. What a goal. My goodness, I'm talking about like other sports video games, and that crap happens. I mean, I'm not good, but like that made me believe for a second, right? Certainly made me believe for a second. Lauco, I probably should have had something else. I play better that one. That's wide as that will kill it over the boards. But yeah, but back to MLB The Show. It's you don't necessarily have to. They have the tokens things. You know, if they kind of make it an ability of you can buy like the upgrade chips, tokens, whatever you really want to call them at this point, then that doesn't necessarily fix it, but it certainly makes it like available to become better in that regard. Of like people are actually like actively spending money on like this game mode and stuff, so we should probably improve it and like give it like a lot more depth, you know, instead of just having this like not really that well fleshed out system, but like fleshed out enough that people are going to be like, oh, it's kind of new enough, so we're still going to get the game, right? But I don't necessarily know, I suppose. As slap shot, no, someone get there. The goaltender was down. Oh, come on, guys. Sami. We don't have a lane. Take that one. Really? That's not even fully looks cleric. I'm slowly just like losing a lot right now in terms of things I'm saying. But yeah, that's kind of how I feel you could potentially like make these my player modes better and more successful, right? That's just my 2 cents about it. But it's certainly not the greatest idea in the world, but it's an idea that's worked well enough for the 2K games that I feel that if implemented, you know, it could just work, you know. So yeah, you know. I'm saying that like way too freaking much, and at this point it's just from the letter be like, shoot that one, that's the line, and I'm trying to get the one over to Schwint, but pass does not quite go to him. Vesalainen up ice, trying to get the one over to Schwint again. That will in fact be charging by Jesperi Kotkaniemi. So, still back in the saddle. Everything will be okay though. Everything certainly will be okay and will be nice. It also is very cool how, like, I think I also mentioned this beforehand of how, like, the quote-unquote salary perks in the 2K games, like, mean something, right? Like, you actually get sponsorships and stuff, and, like, you get the VC, the virtual credit, which then, like, you however many virtual credits for, like, a game you play, and, like, however many points you score assists, like, all those total stats add up to stuff. Like, if you just kind of, like, do some of that, you know, it makes things, like, seem a lot more fleshed out, right? I should have probably passed that puck. What am I doing? I certainly don't know, to be completely honest. I'm never known for knowing what I'm doing, but that will hopefully change in a second. Perot, that's he's doing something, I suppose. Beckman slap shot. Anderson just waves his glove at it as if to say, no, no, that was bad. I got that very easily. Saw it all the way through. We don't have anyone in front like screen the goaltender. We really need someone to do that, but I'm not even paying attention right now. We lose the face-off because of it, but ouch. I'm gonna get this one back up ice. Just throw a couple of dekes out there for no reason. See what works. Shoot that one. Radula. Really, slap shot. Not gonna even come close. Really, Pisani. Not even really trying to go with this. Pisani, someone, Ragnarsson. We are struggling at the moment. Pisani trying to dance the entire freaking team, but he is not going to be able to do so. Ragnarsson, that puck exits the zone, and that power play chance goes begging yet again. We're receiving numerous chances here to do something, but we're just not taking advantage of set opportunities that we're being given. I should probably, Clark, get up the ice. Get up the ice, Graham. Ragnarsson, grab that one quickly. Anderson! Sad save. And that was close. Oof. I'm enjoying, I'm in fact enjoying the, quote-unquote, like, full entire experience of MLB The Show 25. It's nice. It's somewhat new enough in my mind, which I did mention of, like, Walter might have just saved a goal right there. But it's nice enough in my mind, and it's new enough in my mind that it's like, okay, you know, it's okay to have spent the money that I spent on it. We're certainly in an okay position right now, but it certainly could be better. 2-1 heading into the third. Final period. What shall it bring? Hopefully a victory for Thunder Bay here in the Thunderdome. I'm basically just sending Schwinn to his own death right there. Then just letting that man try and dangle through like an entire team. If your name's not probably a Chanak, then you're probably not going to be able to do that. Yeah, I just go back to Kali. If I don't see his name like written out on the scoreboard or just the boards, it's probably not going to be pronounced correctly. But we gotta figure this one out. Get that one over Vesalainen. You put that puck behind him? What freaking happened there? Go down and tripping. That's the danger of me going down like that. Is like I prevent a goal, but I prevent like a great chance from scoring. But it's oftentimes just a tripping penalty that I take. That sucks, dude. My goodness. We need to have a shutdown penalty kill right now. We need to have a penalty kill for the ages, and we don't. I speak way too soon. Kakaniemi fires that one right by us. 27th goal of the season for Yspiro Kakaniemi. Good for him, honestly. He's on a hell of a pace. I don't think we have anyone on that good of a pace right now besides Ragnarsson, but I haven't scored with him in a decent bit, so we're going to have to just kind of continue playing the way we've played so far to get us into this position. Hopefully everything will be okay. Did Kakaniemi hit two guys at once? How is that a thing that's possible? I mean, I suppose I do understand how it is possible, but that's... I was trying to get that one over to Lauco, but I suppose I just didn't pass it in time, or kind of messed up. But whatever. I mean, it's fine, you know, it's fine, it's okay, it's good. If I say all of these things that it is, then it will come true. That's the way I kind of have to look at this right now. Out Hag, gonna pass that over to one of the Van mistakes. Sir is going to shut down that door very quickly. Really. I have no clue what I'm doing with him right now. I certainly don't know. I told you to pass him, yet you didn't pass. Really? Oh. That one we're not getting great chances. Well, I mean, we're getting great chances, but I'm just not converting on them. Pick that one. Different forward lines, please. Coolly, just get off this one from Ragnarsson. Get up ice. I'm trying to get that one over to Brett Murray, and that was nowhere near him. I suppose it's a lot easier for me to see and make the pass than the actual like AI/player would be able to IRL, because you're not really looking there. You just kind of have to have the game sense to know, which is kind of very weird now that I'm thinking about it. Of like, I understand the passing mechanics in this game certainly aren't the best, but if you like logistically think about how some of these passes work and go through, like these guys don't know. Like Bolduc, if I'm skating all the way up here with, I gotta get the puck to explain the freaking passing mechanics is like the number one thing, I suppose, of like how crazy some of these passes that I'm pulling off are. But if it's just a thing, like Murray doesn't necessarily know that like any of these guys are like around here, so he probably does not know that I was trying to get it to Grants. He doesn't really know that Grants is in fact there. I just like hit the button and it's a thing of, oh cool, puck gonna go there now, so that's just necessarily what happens. Ragnarsson trying to get that one over to you. Sonny, just go for a little skate, go for a little skate, go for a little skate. And I would hope that you would score at the end of said little skate, but golly, it's another good opportunity that you're getting. Murray, we have so many guys out in front, but no one is really allowing the puck to get through, and on that, Vesalainen get this one up. Tried to do a reverse hit there. Did not quite get enough reverse on said hit. There's Cole Schwint, who's going to get absolutely demolished. Asani, I'm just fighting that one over the Vesalainen. Back over to Schwint. Slap shot is not going to happen this game. Seems to be heading to overtime unless Carolina does have anything to say about that, and I do believe that they might. That's a 5-on-3. Carolina does not know what they're doing. I believe that might have been charging and then tripping. So we haven't had the best power play opportunities so far in this game, but we certainly are going to get a damn good one right now at the moment. That could have started out way, way better. Hey boys, get something set up here. Just get something set up. That certainly was something set up. Regula. Let's get in the slot. Wah. Not gonna go. We are getting more and more of these phenomenal chances right now, but they are just not necessarily working out. Third backhand. I wasn't necessarily trying to backhand. Oh boy. We can do this. We got this. We have opportunities galore. It's a 5-on-3. Chance to double dip. If we make everything work, I certainly would like to double dip at this moment in time. Bro, not gonna be good enough. Chatfield, it's gonna get that one out. Still have a full minute of 5-on-3. Actually, it's the full minute in general of 5-on-3 because we've only had said 5-on-3. Why? Shoot that one. No! Every single time it seems that these passes or shots are just getting blocked in front. There's not really a thing that we can do about them. Grab that one. Wah. Clark again. Blocked. How many shot blocks has Carolina had in this game? It's got to be so many. Not going to matter though. Jacob hit a 4th goal of the season. And that's a big one. It gives us the lead late in this period. On the power play with just under 4 minutes to go. We are back, and we are hopefully going to take this one home in the Thunderdome. We get another one decently quickly here. That would be nice. Ragnarsson, slap shot, we do! It is, in fact, a double dip. Ragnarsson with the 1-2 pass from Pisani. It's Pisani to Ragnarsson. and I will never get tired of saying that, is 28th of the season. Sven Ragnarsson, so we've pulled ahead by 2. And those late mistakes that usually cost us in these games look to cost the Carolina Hurricanes instead. As you'd never really like to see it, you know, but this can't happen to anyone, and I'm just thankful that it hasn't happened to us so far. So good. Hold on to that puck, bud. So we're gonna get this one back up the ice. Oh boy, a freaking double dip, and that's very nice. Pisani! Slap shot from him, nobody on him. And he was looking to get a goal for himself. I mean, why is Nate just the guy that you're highlighting? Pisani had an assist that, like, whatever. That's stupid. I tell you like how he carried himself. Shut up. Shut up. We're winning this game. Carolina's not. Look at the scoreboard. That's kind of all you really need to do. I swear to God, if Nate just scores just after I kind of insulted him. When... Okay, please. We're not gonna... Pisani, where's... That's fine. Best of line up ice. Pisani. Slap shot. He won't get one of his own. It's an empty netter, but a goal is a goal. 26th of the season. And this game is officially over. Call it right now. 40 seconds remaining. 5-2. Based off of the red teams, and the team with blue and red instead of black and red is gonna take this one home. At this point, we're just playing it around the back pass, and that could have been better. Okay. Let's not do that, guys. Just hold on to this puck here. Ragnarsson in the zone, just barely keeping it there. So I'm still trying to kind of go for goals. Not really, but do what you can, right? As this is a fun game that we've had so far. Thomas, Murray, shoot another one. Technically it's in the net, but it doesn't matter. 5-2, your final score here in the Thunderdome. Beautiful game. We hammered them in terms of shots, 40-16. Because we couldn't necessarily buy a save, but how about that game? Double their time on attack. We had a better passing percentage. I don't often see that, but hey, if it works, you know. And we're certainly lucky that I did work 2-4 on the power plays. Double dip, as always, for that last one. So we had 4 people with 2-point nights: Lauko, Kali, Pisani, and Wah. Pro, Ragnarsson, the other goals. Clark, Vesalainen, and Cooley, the assists. So good. Whenever I play these games, he just kind of has a tough time, but I mean, he gets a win, and that's all that you really need to see from the score sheet at the end of the day, is a W in the column. And we are very lucky to have gotten one here against Carolina. Just when you thought we were down and out of it, the power play comes in and saves us with a double dip in the third period. Back-to-back power play goals give us the win. But as always, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, feel free to like and subscribe. But I can't make you do anything you don't want to do. And I will see you guys when I see you guys. Peace.